We are back, guys. Watching, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. It is Turned Up Sunday. Hakeem, we're live. We're
We're
live.
live.
We're live. We are live.
We back at it.
Yeah, we are back at it, man. We had a busy 2 days, man. Because we let the people know in the community tab we was gonna go live tomorrow, but yes, unfortunately something major happened. We was not able to go live, but we had to go live for you guys because we know you guys miss us. Everything's all right. I came over there.
Yeah. Everything's good.
So we had to make sure to come live. We had to show our beautiful faces before the week start, so they won't miss at least too much. So guys, shout out to those right now watching us on Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. So very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y'all making Chaos Culture Radio the biggest thing on the planet. Unfortunately, Jordan will not be with us tonight because he had, a situation he taking care of. That was it. Like, it's just been a rough 3 days.
It has. And just to let you know, man, regardless of what we go through, we still gonna come back here and stomp.
Yeah, we are still gonna come back in and stomp. And like you said, shout out to you guys that continue to watch our content. And now that will also subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. So moving along, Hakeem, sports. So this one right here, shout out to Jordan. Jordan had topics already lined up, picked up out for us. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. So John Morant pretty much was fined $75,000 for doing the gun gesture. So pretty much the NBA gave him a warning. Go ahead, I can show the highlight. Pretty much he was fined 75K because he was doing the gun gesture. Mind you, they gave him a warning. He didn't listen. So when he played against the Miami Heat, he went ahead and did the gun gesture. Go ahead, I can play that clip.
That he's made 2 threes in a game. But Zach Edey, we saw it. His mobility up and down the floor as John Morant makes it 3. That he's made 2 threes.
So Hakeem did it. There you go. And that's when he was fine. Luckily, he didn't get suspended. So Hakeem, your thoughts on John Morant doing the gun gesture once again?
Does that even look like a gun gesture? It looked like a hand.
It is. It is. It's a gun.
I think, and this is why the league viewership is down now. Y'all like crybabies. Y'all find us for everything. If I look left, you gonna find me $250? Like, come on, dude.
Well, pretty much. And that was exactly what happened. And remember, but keep it in mind, they gave him a warning.
Yeah.
He didn't care about the warning, so he went ahead and gone in and do it. And mind you, he's not the only one in the league that did the gun gesture.
But 75K, you taking food out the man's mouth. NBA.
John Morant never get it. John Morant never get it. It's like he always continued to do stuff that he want to do. He want to be rebellious. He want to be the one that said, I'm the only one that can do whatever I want to do, and there won't be no consequences. Hopefully, next time he might be suspended for a couple of more games.
But the NBA ain't my daddy, nor my mama.
Well, they give you a check, so yeah, they do own you. They give you a check, a big check at that. Not only that, but also right now on more sports news, Hakeem, this one, I'm devastated, but you was right. Duke versus Houston, NCAA college basketball. Of course, they were trying to see who was going to be at the championship. Now you had Gators versus Auburn. Hakeem, you was right again. Gator won that game. Shout out to the Florida Gators. They moving on to the championship. Now this one right here, everybody was upset. I was upset. I didn't expect Duke to lose. Duke lost against Houston in an incredible upset. Go ahead, clean play that clip of Duke losing to Houston.
Press to do any damage. Get it in, get it up the floor, and get a good look. We have a historic Final Four, and we just saw a historic comeback.
Duke lost.
And March Sadness
is now
for Duke
over.
And their fan
they
base.
And
Kelvin Sampson.
They was going to have some
They've
trouble.
done it again.
And as you can see,
He's been knocking on the door for a long time. His kids believed. Their actions were just extraordinary on both against the press.
Now, Hakeem, go ahead and show that that conference with Cooper Flag expressing his thoughts and the whole thing about the Duke season.
And he's like the white
He
savior.
is.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible season. Incredible people, incredible relationships that I'm going to have for the rest of my life. Didn't end the way we wanted it to, but still an incredible year.
It was. Shout out to Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible season.
Shout out to Cooper Flag. So, Hakeem, your thoughts on you being right? Hakeem, you been right when it comes to NFL. Now you right with college basketball.
Listen,
oh man, your thoughts?
I try my best, man, because I'm running behind y'all. Because y'all know, so I'm just looking at the stats. I go to sleep, I wake up, I have dreams, and I'm like, this ain't it. I say Duke ain't winning this. I say them boys down the north are going to kill them. So I'm sorry, Cooper, but I just seen it in the dream.
I was upset, Hakeem. I ain't gonna lie, because Duke had a game one, first, second half. They was killing it. Third half, they was killing it. And I don't know, they just gave up in the fourth quarter. They didn't play their hardest. It seemed like they didn't want it as bad as they wanted it.
Nah.
Cooper wanted it bad, but the whole team didn't want it.
You can't have one superstar. You can beat a team with 7 average people without having a superstar and having one superstar and 7 average people. That doesn't work. So when you look the way that Houston played, you could tell the coach was running. They was doing fundamentals. They went to the basics. They had simple plays that they was able to put numbers on the board. The game is to build up points. Hitting 2 hits, hitting 2 here, going to the paint. I seen them throughout the season. They're doing it. I said, this is going to be bad because Cooper, he's dunking. He's hitting shots, but he's the only star. Like
he's the modern day. I told people he remind me of the Joker a lot when it comes to college basketball. Like he be doing his thing, man. But shout out to Cooper, and not only that kid got a bright future. I see him going to the NBA anyway.
Yeah, he's getting drafted after this. He's getting drafted.
Yeah, no, they want him. They want him to go to the draft. I think he said no, not right now. I think he should.
Cooper.
He's building up. He's building it up.
Get that.
But they looking at Cooper.
Get that degree, Coop.
They looking at. There he is. He's getting that degree, and he got a bright future ahead of him. But shout out to Houston. So Houston will be facing the Gators in the final championship, college championship, NCAA. Of course, we will talk about that during this weekend. I know Jordan probably got that whipping up right now. I think he got that cooking in the oven. But like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody right now watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Turned Up Sunday. I keep moving along to money. Money. Money make the world go around. Money make everything different. Money make you feel good. So let's go ahead. I can show that headline coming to Starbucks. Starbucks are now bringing back refill coffee. Hakeem, go ahead. Starbucks are coming back.
Baby, one moment. When you sent me this, I said, I guess I'm going to go back to Starbucks again. Starbucks
are now trying to put in their new parties of refill. So Starbucks has now seen a more than threefold increase in customer opting to sit and sip their coffee. Shout out to Starbucks. They are coming back. They would say if the old thing works, don't get rid of it. And the only reason why I'm talking about Starbucks is Starbucks do have stock. It is publicly traded. So people, of course, it's not financial advice. Always speak with a financial advisor. But Hakeem, your thoughts on Starbucks bringing back refill coffee?
Ron, you said it eloquently. I'm just going to piggyback out for you. This when you have a policy that works, Starbucks is a billion-dollar company, and doing this, it's only going to bring them more revenue. What happens if you get a refill coffee? You're going to buy more Starbucks stuff. And really, the coffee is the cheapest thing at the coffee shop. The items is the extra stuff that costs. Whoever shops at Starbucks and stuff like that. So getting another Fenty or Venti ain't nothing. When you get a sandwich or something, you ain't going to want to drink a coffee and not eat something with it.
Preach. You're right about that. And not only that, but Starbucks right now, or the stock markets are declining right now because of the situation we're talking about the terror. But we'll talk about that later on in the show. But this is good news for Starbucks. I'm glad they're bringing back the old thing of refill coffee. Now you're gonna have people that do love Starbucks, like to go to Starbucks every day. I know my bosses go to Starbucks like every day, so them be able to get refill coffee. It's gonna allow people to be able to sit in, enjoy a cup of coffee, refill. People are not gonna do more coffee dates. Shout out to Starbucks. This is something new. This is not something new. This is something old, but they're bringing it back to this new generation. Shout out to Starbucks. Now that, moving along to other financial news. Hakeem, show this headline right now. Trump right now is doing the $5 million Hakeem card. At first I thought he was capping. No, it is real. The $5 million card. So people don't understand. Go ahead, Hakeem, play that video of Trump showing the $5 million card.
$5 million. For $5 million, this could be yours. That was the first of the cards. And then, you know what that card is?
Gold card.
It's the gold card. The Trump card, gold card.
Who's the first buyer?
Me.
Who's the second?
I don't know, but I'm the first buyer. It'll be out in about less than 2 weeks, probably. Pretty exciting, right?
You ready for some questions?
Anybody want to buy one? $5 million.
So this card here, so
this
people gotta understand what the whole meaning of the $5 million gold card is. A version of the green card which allow holders to live and work permanently in the U.S. So keep it in mind, this is not for regular folks. This is for rich folks. Go right ahead, Hakeem, your thoughts on the $5 million gold card.
So what a lot of people don't understand, Trump is implementing new ways to try to bring our deficit down. This is just one of them. And he wants to bring certain individuals with means and money to stimulate the American economy. The more you invest in the American economy, the more you want to open businesses and live here, this is a benefit. Now, don't get me wrong. Other options of green card are not being phased out. They want to bring people with the money here because a lot of people don't know we have some of the most strictest immigration laws to become a citizen here. For a lot of people who don't know that. Some people wait 10, 20 years to become citizen. Some people are still on the waiting list from the 90s. So let's not understand, like, pathway to citizenship here is very strict here. So he's just getting easy. Hey, you want to be a minister? Pay that $5 million.
Facts. That's facts upon fact. So this $5 million gold card, like I said, is not for regular folks. It's for people that have the moon eye, the ching, because it's $5 million gold card. So it's allow people that, like I said, to move in and also pretty much live here permanently in the U.S. because now they know, okay, you're going to benefit the U.S. because now you're bringing the cheddar. And when you mean the cheddar, they mean the moolah, the cash. Not only that, when it also comes to financial news, Hakeem, right now, show the headline, TikTok. It seemed like they backing out of the deal to sell to the U.S. So investors just days after Trump announced global tariffs. So TikTok say because it is a Chinese company, they are pulling out of the deal to sell to the U.S. Even though Trump did give them a 75-day extension. Hakeem, you think this is a good move for China?
This is not a good move for TikTok or China. I love the app, but listen here. You want our consumer base anti-up, ByteDance. Anti-up. This is not how it works. And this is the reason why now it seems something fishy. We want to mess with y'all. We want to make sure that the back door is closed and the door ain't open for your homeboys to look at our information.
Yep. But let's see. But they got a 75-day extension. And of course, we're gonna talk later on when it comes to asking for the tariffs and the Chinese. We're gonna talk about that later on. But I think it's not a good move for TikTok because now you remember you had billionaires, you had Amazon, Walmart, OnlyFans, all these United States companies who is worth over $50 billion trying to buy your company and you don't want to sell it. To me, I think that's not a smart move at all. But let's see how that turns out.
Tell me that doesn't look fishy to you.
It doesn't. It does look fishy. That's why I say it's not a smart move at all. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happened. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody who's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Turn Thumb Sunday. Now that I have a shout out to Genesis After Dark. Genesis I Am is in the building. She said, hey, Sugar, Smile King, it looks good on you. Definitely do. Moving along, hip-hop. Hakeem, hip hop. Your favorite topic, hip hop. Hakeem, you always kill it when it comes to the hip hop. So Hakeem, show the headline when it comes to day 26. Brian Andrew busted in Texas on felony on robbery and child support warrant. So Hakeem is alleged that he didn't pay his child support, and now that they also got him for robbery. After days, he was featured on DJ Vlad. Hakeem, it doesn't look good for the day 26 member, Brian Andrew. Doesn't look good for him at all.
Yes. It's sad to see this. But Ron, me and you talked about this. Most people who are in the industry don't have money. And especially if you're signed to Diddy, most people who have signed to Diddy all end up broke. So this is not uncommon to see something like this, to be back $12,000 in child support. And, I mean, it's a sad situation, man. I just hope he get up out of this.
And now that, but Tyson don't play, and now that, but the child support is a misdemeanor. So that one, he should be okay right now. He is hit with a bond of $12,500 with the bond. So, 10% of that, he should be able to get out just fine. But I'm just curious, is he gonna speak about it, his arrest over there in Texas, or he's just gonna sweep it under the rug? But the day 26 member been facing a lot, especially when it comes to the aspect of the P. Diddy. And now that coming on to the P. Diddy's news too, as well, Hakeem. Should go ahead and show the headline. Cassidy is going to speak up at the trial against Diddy. Now, this one, Hakeem, I think is shocking to me because I thought she was not allowed to speak on Diddy again.
Yeah, like
I think he paid that settlement.
He did. I'm a little bit confused about this. Like, he paid the bag. Like, you like, there should be some type of like anonymity here or some quietness about this. Like, this is why, like, you're gonna pay the bag and then testify. Like, and I get it. Like, she got her money and she still want to bury him. This just doesn't make sense right now.
But Hakeem, would this be a strong case against Diddy now? Now she's starting to speak up because remember, she dated him. She knows things about Diddy that we don't know, and not all the truth is going to be revealed. All the dark clouds.
Not necessarily, because she doesn't know the intricate part of his business. She's just only going to speak from the aspect of a relationship. And mind you, if she says anything, there has to be something to substantiate it. Okay, you say he did this and that. Okay, what's the proof? He did this and that. What's the proof? A lot of this stuff, Ron, is hearsay.
Yes.
They just dismissed the case with him and Buddy Boy. So
yep,
that was that's a big hole in that situation. What I want to know is how fake these people are going to be if he gets exonerated and gets not found not guilty of all these charges. Because right now it seems like a witch hunt. After all these time, we have yet to see any substantial evidence. I'm waiting for dockets. I'm waiting for information. I'm waiting for video. Yes, he was a bad businessman. Let's just say that. He was a bad businessman. He had predatory record contracts. Yeah, you know what I mean? But other than that, him being a deviant demon, I need proof.
Me too. I need to see that too, but they're not really looking good right now, especially with Cassie speaking up. A lot of people are alleged that she's gonna spill a lot of bean in the trial. So Diddy, this might be a tricky one. I told people I think Diddy gonna come out victorious, but now Cassie speaking up. Who else is gonna speak up? We don't know, and she refused to be anonymous. She wants people to know that she is speaking up against Diddy. Now that Hakeem also showed this headline too. For you people that love South Park, they will be featuring Diddy on the upcoming season. So that's gonna be funny. You know, South Park is known for doing jokes, and they do the jokes very well. So Hakeem, this is gonna be hilarious. I know you probably gonna tune in and watch this.
Yeah, I am. Hey, listen, a water gun filled with baby oil. You know,
boy, South Park be South Park be doing way too much. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody right now watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Turned Up Sunday. Hakeem, moving along to other headline news. Terrence Howard said this about Diddy and Diddy's party. I couldn't believe it.
But when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music, and he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit, because the man card means everything. But when you...
Ooh, he had a lot to say. Hakeem, your thoughts on Terrence Howard?
I'm gonna have to agree with him.
Me too.
I'm sorry. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to. Everything he said was on point, Ron.
He stand on business. He did stand on business on that interview. And a lot of things he was saying, even in the aspect of Diddy. Do you believe that story what he said about Diddy?
I'm gonna have to.
Because Diddy does that look. But I was like, you can't really say the man wanted to smash you.
No, he didn't say that. I do believe Diddy bullish him. I don't think he know anything about the aspect of the parties. I don't agree with him because he never went to a party.
Yeah, correct. He never went to the party.
He never went to a party, but I do believe that he probably came over there and Diddy bullshit him around and just wanted people to hang out. But everything else after that, I'm gonna have to agree with him.
Me too. I don't have no pushback when it comes to the aspect of that. Yeah, I think, especially when you're in Hollywood, You got to stand strong in your masculinity. Now, you may
You
not
do.
be able to get rolled. It's been a while since you got a roll, too.
Run. And this is why we had to believe him. Why he's not getting booked.
That's true. He hasn't been in booking. I think, yeah, it's been a while since he got booked. I don't even know the last movie he been in.
He's a phenomenal actor. Not even Tyler Perry's booking him. It's a lot of people won't book him. He's of a certain ilk of masculinity, which a lot of people don't like that. You know what I mean? This is where we talk about conservative and being liberal. You know what I mean? He's masculine. So some people don't want if you're not going to bend over and want to like.
True.
They want us to listen. They want us to kiss another man. They want us to put a dress. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And I support him with what he said there. Like, we're raising boys, and you could call it toxic masculinity when you want. I support Terrence Howard with what he said.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for being here on this turned up Sunday. Shout out to Hassan that's also in the building. Thank you so much, Big Dog, for being here. We really do greatly appreciate it. Okay, Hakeem, moving along to politics. So right now, thousands are participating in handcuffs after a rally all across the United States was protesting against Trump and also Elon Musk's recent policy. Go ahead, Hakeem, play that news clip of them talking about the protest that happened yesterday.
Protests are getting underway right now across the country. Organizers are calling the demonstrations hands off, and they say that they're taking a stand against the Trump administration's handling of the economy, human rights, and the firing of thousands of federal workers. More than 1,200 protests are now scheduled nationwide. Anti-Trump protests are getting underway right now across the country. Organizers are calling the demonstration.
There you have it. All across. That happened yesterday. Washington, D.C., you already in Boston.
Yeah, you're right.
And even in Florida, they were doing protests as well. They don't like how things is going. So, Hakeem, your thoughts on the protests all across America going on about the Trump and Elon Musk policies?
We was heading off a cliff. I know a lot of people might not like to hear that. And they might not like Trump. You don't have to like him. What he's doing, any other Republican who would have got into office would probably did the same thing. America was already in a car that's about to break down. There was too much fraud and spending being spun. A lot of the elite is losing their power, and it's a United States reset. We are at a trade deficit. A lot of people don't understand the tariffs. We're about to get into that. We just want it on an even playing field. And the thing about that, we just got to redefine how we look at America and want the basis. A lot of people who are poor are not going to care about this. A lot of us who are in the ghetto, we don't have anything anyway. You don't see them out there protesting. These are upper middle class and middle class people where it affects them because they're doing the resets because a lot of people benefited from this. The Democrats who are elitists had a certain group of people benefit and make it seem like everybody was, which that's not true.
Yep. But right now, people are upset because the teachers are being laid off. People don't like how all the country's been run. Stock markets are down. The policy when it comes to the aspect of transgender and the LGBTQ community, they don't like what's going on with that. So a lot of the American people are fed up. But to me, if you were so fed up about it, you should have took that when it came to the aspect of the polls. Now it's too late to make any form of difference because right now the Republican Party got majority of the House, the Senate, and also the Supreme Court. So that right there is going to be kind of hard to even try to impeach Trump and not only that, but try to get Elon Musk out of there because that's like his best friend right now. So Elon Musk is in charge when it comes to the aspect of certain things when it comes to the government. I don't agree with Elon Musk having that type of power, but heck, Trump and his administration team think is all right and is okay. Moving along, the main topic on today's show. So China, right now, Hakeem, I already sent you the clip that joined to us. China is imposed an additional 34% tariffs on U.S. goods. and the retaliation for U.S. terrorists on them. High Clean, play that news clip. Things are starting to shake up
I like it.
in the world. Go right ahead.
I love it. Let's burn it all down. Burn, baby, burn.
Shout out to Jordan.
China announced this morning that from next week they will be imposing 34% tariffs on all US goods from April 10th. Here in the UK, the message from Downing Street is keep calm, carry on. But they have produced a list which extends over 417 pages of imported US products that could be in the crosshairs. Beyond obvious targets like Bourbon and Levi jeans, the list includes lavatory seats, mosaics, thoroughbred horses. The CEO of JCB, Graham MacDonald, who is one of those that have been in to advise the Prime Minister, says hitting back would be futile. His company, which manufactures big agricultural machinery, is soon to open a second plant in the United States in San Antonio, Texas.
No. Entering into a trade war with an economy the size of the US, the US is bigger than India, UK, Germany, Brazil put together by significant margin. We are not in a position to, and it's a trade war we can only lose. So my advice, if the Jonathan Reynolds or any of the government are listening, do not retaliate, negotiate. Our supply chain is global in nature and it's complex, first tier, second
negotiate.
tier. Every factory in the world has parts coming from every different other parts of the world. So, and we've really got to get a definition from the administration to say, what does Make in America mean? Rules will become clearer in the coming weeks and months. Right now, they're not particularly clear, but we make our own engines, we make our own transmissions, axles, but we make them all in the UK. So right now, I have no plan to set up an engine factory in the US. So the answer is yes. We've got to really look at what the impact on the supply chain means.
Yeah. No one car or one truck is made in one country. It is very much a global industry. And I'm just looking at futures for the US markets. The auto stocks are down deep, Ford and General Motors in particular. Let's see then what Marco Rubio, the US Secretary of State, makes of all that. Of course, he's in Brussels to talk NATO and the future of the alliance, but it is trade and tariffs which is uppermost in the minds of the US allies. He's been speaking in the last few minutes. Let's listen to that.
Their markets are reacting to a dramatic change in the global order in terms of trade. And so what happens is pretty straightforward. If you're a company and you make a bunch of your products in China, and all of a sudden shareholders or people that play the stock market realize that it's going to cost a lot more to produce in China, your stock is going to go down. But ultimately, the markets, as long as they know what the rules are going to be moving forward, and as long as that's set and you can sustain where you're going to be, the markets will adjust. Businesses around the world, including in trade and global trade, they just need to know what the rules are. Once they know what the rules are, they will adjust to those rules. So I don't think it's fair to say economies are crashing. Markets are crashing because markets are based on the stock value of companies who today are embedded in modes of production that are bad for the United States. We have to be a country that thinks we're the largest consumer market in the world, and yet the only thing we export is services. And we need to stop that. We need to get back to a time where we're a country that can make things, and to do that, we have to reset the global order of trade.
I agree.
Well, the worst thing is to leave it the way it is forever. I mean, this just can't continue. We can't continue to be a country that doesn't make things. We have to be able to make things to provide jobs for Americans. That's it. It's that simple. China is an example. I mean, it's outrageous. I mean, they don't consume anything. All they do is export and flood and distort markets in addition to all the tariffs and barriers they put in place. So the president...
Go ahead, Hakeem. A lot of things were said when it came to aspect of these terrorists, especially with China doing what they're doing to the United States. Your thoughts?
Marco Rubio's 100%. I want to give a shout out to a creator because I watched this video, Anton Daniels. He talked about this earlier. China does not play fair.
No, they don't.
They still are intellectual property. They remanufacture and sell stolen goods. And they patent their own stuff. You just go on Amazon and see how many Chinese sellers when you put out a product, they're going to take over. They they make everything, but they don't buy a lot of our stuff. A lot of countries don't buy a lot of our stuff. Reason why we have the biggest advantage, because we are the biggest consumers. So imagine if we stop buying China stuff. How their economy going to sustain? China done decimated more economies all over the world than a lot of y'all people know it. Go to Malaysia and all of them. They're flooding with cheap Chinese products. It's going to stop today. We need a reset here. Every other country is prospering, but us, that has to stop. I support the tariffs. If y'all want to play ball, play ball. We'll just stop buying your stuff.
Yeah, but the only problem is we start buying stuff. Remember, the American people are used to buying stuff from China. Like, for example, right now the Nintendo Switch 2 is unfortunately have a delay because of the aspect of what's going on with the tariff in China. So certain stuff that we normally would get is going to be kind of hard for us to get. So right now, we order something from like TikTok, Amazon. There's going to be a price gap now for the American people. So at the end of the day, I can't. Do the American people suffer of the result of what's going on with these tariffs, especially when it comes to China? Because China, that's one of our. We consume a lot of Chinese product.
We do. Listen, the biggest issue American people have, we like cheap stuff.
Yeah, that's
we like cheap stuff. Now, mind you, if we make more money, we don't care about how much the price costs. If we don't, the reason why we have an issue with buying certain stuff because we don't make a lot of money. The economy don't make a lot of money. All of our services are exported. We import more than anything. So now, if you reset that whole thing, make this the greatest economy, make all average Americans make money, reset everything, tariff all the countries, remove federal income tax, would bring more money, with increased spending. Increased spending, which means that more people open businesses, more people spending money, more, and we'll just be, and that's what it is. It has to reset. It can't go like this forever.
I agree, and I miss the old days when the United States used to produce a lot of our own products. Remember, at one point, you saw the auto industry, Ford, these GM, these companies, But then a lot of them start going overseas because they feel like, okay, with cheap labor, but now it's trying to bring these stuff right back to America and let's let America prosper once again. But let's see how everything aspect, and also when it comes to the aspect of the stock market, a lot of people can tell you stock market tend to go red on the year basis. This right here is very dramatic. Because like Mark Rubio said, because a lot of these companies will say, oh, this is what's going on. A lot of these investors say, okay, I see what this is what's going on. I'm gonna pull back. So that brings up the stock market where it's at now. But when they start seeing everything start to adjust and start to make sense, then the market gonna start cooling up again. Now that, of course, it's not a financial advisor. I always speak with a financial advisor. However, I was taught this is the best time to buy when you see this market this way.
Very, very much. When it's this crazy, this is the best time to invest. A lot of people can get scared. You don't get scared when the markets are down. You get happy, and whatever money you get, you dump into it and buy. And then when the market goes, because the market's gonna go up. We go through this every 5 to 7 years, and it's a reset. And
that's also a fact. But not only that, but Hakeem, when it also comes to the aspect of this tariff, show the clip right here. They say Trump slammed 10% tariffs on remote Antarctica island where there's no people. On these penguins? Go ahead.
No. Yo, that's not even.
Shout out to Jordan. Jordan said it. I'm just covering it. Go ahead. You see it? No, I know it's a misunderstanding, but go ahead, Hakeem. Make that clear. It's real. I thought it was a joke, but it's real.
One is safe from President Trump's new tariffs. Not even penguins. A remote island near Antarctica that is home to mainly penguins, no humans, is now subject to a 10% American tariff. This is not a joke. We are not kidding. These penguins, who do not trade goods or services with the United States, as far as we know, are on the receiving end of a new tax. No one is safe from President Trump's new tariffs. Not even penguins.
If Trump administration thinks it's trolling the people of America, this is inside joke. Or they know something that we don't know, that someone is trying to buy it, that island. That's why they put a 10% tariff.
You see, you saying something that it's always a reason for something. I think they're trying to buy that island. Or it's something like that, you know what I mean? But I think that's
You made me laugh. He said, "No, not the Penguins." Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to right here side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody right now watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Turned Up Sunday. Hakeem, Barack Obama has a comment on what's going on when it comes to the aspect of Trump and his action and the way he's running the country. He said if it was him, the amount of backlash he would have received. But since it's Trump, it's okay. Go ahead, Hakeem, play that clip.
Hey. All hell would have broke loose. He would have got it.
Imagine if I had done any of this. Let me just. I just want to be clear about this. Imagine that. Imagine if I had pulled Fox News' credentials from the White House press corps. You're laughing, but no, this is what's happening. Imagine if I'd said to law firms that were representing parties that were upset with policies my administration had initiated, that you will not be allowed into government buildings. We will punish you economically for dissenting from. Imagine if I had done any of the Affordable Care Act or the Iran deal.
Yeah, that would true them. That would true him.
We will ferret out students.
They would have impeached Obama. He would have did it.
My policies. It's unimaginable that the same parties that are silent now would have tolerated behavior like that from me or a whole bunch of my predecessors. So, and I say this not on a partisan basis. This has to do with something more precious, which is the Affordable Care Act. Or
Hakeem, your thoughts on Barack Obama saying what would have happened if he would have did what Trump is doing? Your thoughts?
He would have got impeached.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, they would have got him up out of here. They got him, but he was too liberal. He would have never did that stuff. He did everything very cookie cutter. He appeased his donors. That's what he did. He appeased his donors, and he appeased and pushed his liberal ideas and made liberal things that did not benefit everybody. Listen, when the Democrats certain do that, Republicans do that, they make policies and do things that only benefits a small number of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when people start talking about these things and they say, hey, this is not fair, this is not fair, it don't benefit all of us. And this is why people need to be smart and vote locally. That's the only way you have control. On the federal level, it really doesn't make sense at some time.
Yeah, because right now, the way Trump is running the country, it don't make sense to a lot of people. Heck, I'm trying to understand how he's doing things. But I think at the end of the day, we got to see the brightness at the end of the tunnel. Of course, if Barack Obama running the country like this, trust me, he would have been crucified immediately. Yeah. They would not hesitate. They would say, get him out of there. Get him out of there. Especially at the time when Barack Obama was in office. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was mostly Republican in the office as well. So still, Barack, at the end of the day, he was a real politician, very smooth talking. He would have found a way to get out of it anyway. But Trump, the way he's doing things right now, to me, don't make logical sense. But hopefully later on, it does. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss when we go live. Shout out to everybody right now watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Turned Up Sunday. Hakeem, moving along. Shout out to Mimi. Mimi the one that sent me this clip. And I really like this clip because it is very, very interesting, Hakeem. And I actually want you to know your thoughts. So the doctor kicked out a woman out of his office for rushing him to see her. and he said, "Get the heck out of here." I can't go ahead and play that clip. And this clip actually going viral, actually, as we speak.
I specifically asked this lady to let people know when they make an appointment that they may not be seen in a timely manner.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how many people? I've got 7 rooms back there.
I made an appointment at 6:30 because I knew that
It's
being out of my bed
7:45,
an hour
and
and 45 minutes.
We've
and I
already
have
been
not
working on you. We've done a urine test on you. I've seen you.
You came in and said, "I'm going to check your pee."
Does that take 3 seconds, you think?
I don't know how long.
Do you want to be seen or not?
I want to go home and get in my bed. I'm
Then fine, get the hell out. Get your money and get the hell out.
I did. But that
See you
right
later.
there is just rude. That's
Really?
disrespectful. Very.
Really? If you go to Care Spot, you're waiting for 3 hours.
I don't know.
Go to the ER and wait for 9 hours.
Okay, you can get out of her face.
Out of my office.
I will
now.
file a complaint with a Better Business.
Mom, I got it on video, so it doesn't matter.
And then,
Go.
and my
What's your
daughter's
daughter?
recording this. My
What's your
daughter is
name?
You're recording this?
Give me my phone. Oh, Mom, I'm about to hit him. I'm about to hit him, bro.
Please.
He's gonna get hit.
I'm calling the
Give me my phone.
I'm calling the police. I specifically asked this lady to let people know when they make an appointment that they may not be seen.
So Hakeem, was the doctor way out of line?
He was 100% right.
Oh, you agree with the doctor?
I support the right. I don't care what.
Okay,
listen,
let's go. Let's talk about it.
The man got 7 to 8 people there.
Yeah.
How you are so special, and he got other people with worse. And he is a doctor. He's servicing everybody. He already had started the process. Be patient. You're not a princess. I know a lot of people say self-control. People can't come and feel entitled. You're not doing this. I commended the doctor for him trying to make sure he take care of everything. People forget these doctors have to deal with immense amount of stress. They deal with thousands of patients every day. Sometimes 40 to 5. They don't come home. They don't see their family. These people are losing marriages. They're not there on Christmas, and he's there. I can look in his face and tell that he's been at work the whole time. He has to take care. He has 7 other people to take care of. What make us so special? So what, he need to stop seeing everybody and see you? And what if somebody is most sicker than you? You want to go home, go home. You can go see somebody else. If you got to listen, you a millionaire, get you a private doctor.
No, but the thing is I think it's the way he talked to her. He talked to her very aggressively.
Ron, we're from the same background. The day somebody talk to us reckless, what happens? We snap, right?
Correct.
Somebody talk to us nicely, we dead. I don't think that's not that man's character. He felt insulted.
Yeah, he did.
That you coming in his listen, you know what he said? Take your stuff and take your money. He didn't need the money. He said, take your stuff and take your money. He said, if you go somewhere else, you're going to wait 3 hours. Me, brother, when I go places, if I got to wait 2 hours, I'm just thankful they're going to see me. If I got to wait 4 hours, I say, thank you. I always tell the cashiers, hey, don't worry about that. You doing the job. I'm happy you just here. If it's going to take me a couple hours, I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to go get something to eat. I learned that I got to be in these person's shoes, brother.
You do make a good point. I was coming from the aspect of the woman, because the way he just kicked her out. Even though she could you're like, hey, just wait over there patiently. But I think he just had enough. I think he was just having a rough day, because I think he was overwhelmed with work, because the amount of people that was waiting, like you say, other people he had to see. So
And here's what's so disingenuous about that video. What was the interaction before the daughter started filming?
I agree.
How
they
was
don't have that
he
part.
was talking to him and before they started filming? A lot of y'all people can't be judging that man when you don't know the full story.
Preach. I agree with you on that one. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss a moment we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Turned Up Sunday. Hakeem, last topic on today's show. This is heartbreaking. A New York man is sentenced to 40 years in prison after failing to shoot his pregnant ex-girlfriend in front of her kids, man. Go ahead, play that clip.
Walk of a handcuffed 40-year-old Justin Soriano, escorted by 2 detectives Thursday evening from the NYPD's 32nd Precinct Station House in Harlem. His arrest on murder charges, signaling a moment of relief for his victim's family. Days to bring this suspect into custody, and now the victim's family, they're wondering what could have been done to prevent this tragedy. An uneventful, emotionless walk of a handcuffed
Yeah.
First, I want to say, I want to send love and caring to Shanice Young family in New York City. You have our prayers. I'm sorry that she went through that, and I felt like the judicial system did not do it. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people say that they didn't do enough. 40 years is enough, because let's be honest about it. That man right there, Ron, he looked like he's our age, right? Maybe my age. He looked like he's 40-year-old. 40 years in a state penitentiary, you're not making it home.
No, he's not. He's gonna spend the rest of his life in prison.
That's life in prison. Life is technically 20 to life is 20. So what we're gonna say to women, we're not pointing no fingers at women. Women, please. Be careful who you allow in your life. Make sure you fully vet the man who you having children with. You can, and let's say a lot of us, you can't expect a lot of us to hold other men accountable when we're not there, or we're not there to vet them for you. This is a tragic situation where I believe, I believe that prior to this climax, there was a series. Shout out to Joe Don't Hurt, a pizza like my brothers.
No, but shout out also Mr. Dollar, also in the building.
Yeah, you missed our take on the Chinese thing. Yeah. So this was a series of events that got to the climax. So I believe, I'm not sure, that if he got to this point, there was a series of abuse that led to this point.
Yeah. Like I told people, it always starts small, but it's a lot of demons out here, and I hate to say it when it comes to the aspect of black man, because there are also some great black men out here. But I hate when they show the aspect of these type of men, and then they penalize the other black men, because there's a lot of demons men out here like unaliving their girlfriend because things are not going the way they want it to go. If that's your ex-girlfriend and she's pregnant, you don't want to deal with her. Why do you have a kid by her? Why do you sleep with her? There's other proper causes you could have did. You just left that girl alone. But instead, you not only ruin this girl's life, you ended this woman's life. But he will spend the rest of his life in the prison.
Yes, he would.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody who's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Turned Up Sunday. Shout out to Mr. Joe Norhurdle. Blessed be upon you, was also in the building. Shout out to Mr. Darlaw, who also in the building. Shout out to Hassan, who also in the building. Genesis After Dark, who was also in the building. Shout out to all the cloud watchers watching us today on this Turned Up Sunday. I would say Saturday. Turned Up Sunday. Today, guys, it was just a short live. We wanted to give you guys something because we missed Friday. I came with like, yo, we gotta go. We gotta give you guys. We miss you guys. We gotta go live. So guys, go ahead, watch the replay when the show ends, and you'll see our take when it came to the aspect of China retaliating against Donald Trump and his tariffs, and also news as well. Also, when it came to the aspect of P. Diddy and Cassidy saying she's gonna speak up at the P. Diddy trial. So you guys do not want to miss. Hakeem gave a great insight when it came to that. So guys, go ahead, watch the replay. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Turned Up Sunday. Not only that, but guys, make sure you go to KL Culture Radio description, in the description where you can find the KL Culture Radio gear, like the KL Culture Radio t-shirt, the hat, the coffee mug, the sweaters, you name it. It's all in the KL Culture Radio store.
Yeah.
And also, make sure you go to KL Culture Radio Community tab. In the community tab, we can find Prince Hakeem book, Black Love. Hakeem, your new book is dropping this week, if I'm not mistaken.
It's done. I got it. I just need to upload it.
Nice. So be on the lookout for that. Hakeem new book will be dropping this week. And not only that, but also make sure you guys go ahead and check out Broadway Fat album is out now. Go over there in the community tab, click on the album. It's a QR code. Click on it with your phone, and it's gonna lead you guys right to the album. Like always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Instagram, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, X. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Turned Up Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio.